patches. To deal with just single patches one at a time, we need to be in patch mode. Go ahead and press mode. And you can see that the 3 modes I've discussed come up here. And sure enough, we are in performance mode. Let's cursor up using the value dial and select patch by pressing the key corresponding to select down here. Great, we're now looking at the patch screen with a whole bunch of parameters, but let's just zero in on the name of the patch and what bank and number we have. In a stock Fantom, we have access to 1,024 patches. Let's break that down. A user bank with 128 patches, these can be changed and written to. 5 preset groups, A, B, C, D, and E, each with 128 patches. And a general MIDI bank of 256 patches that will line up with the general MIDI spec. That's a total of 1,024 patches. You can even access more through the installation of expansion boards. They are labeled XP-A through C for expansion. A refers to the first slot, which can take sRGAV80 series expansion boards, and B and C, which can take the newer SRX series. Any way you cut it, that's a lot of patches to keep track of. If you had to scroll through them all day using the value dial here, you'd be scrolling all day long. Well, fortunately, Roland has included some excellent patch management options to help you get the sound you want when you want it. But let's look at the most basic way of getting around first. Using the cursor keys, move the cursor over to the bank and select the bank by using either the increment and decrement keys or the value dial. You can go through your banks that way. Then you can move the cursor over to the patch number and you can do the same. You can scroll through all the patches available using this method. It's easy but not real efficient. Let's go ahead and press list, and now you get a great view of all the patches available. Now you can see what's next to the patch you're looking at any time. Cursor over to the left and you can change banks. So lists are a great way of viewing your options rather than just scrolling through one patch at a time. And in fact, as you get deeper into your Fantom, lists will really become your friend. There's a number of places that you can use the list, but we'll get into that a little bit later on. So while in patch mode, you were scrolling through patches. Fair enough, right? But also rhythm kits live within Patchland, and you can get to them by placing your cursor where it says patch and turn the value dial. Voila, rhythm. Now you can be scrolling through rhythm kits. You'll notice that we have